of course. I was on a different assignment. This camera light is so gross right now. You can't see me, but it's okay. I'm still here. I'm not dead or anything. It's just the way the light look or whatever. But anyway, I'm coming to give you guys an update. There has been so much going on. I do a lot of writing on my Facebook page, a lot of channeling. It might be blurred to some people, but to us as a collective, we know what each other is talking about. So, you read the title, Exposure of a Cult Volume 2, and how this ties in with my life, you guys. It is so much, okay? It is so much. So I haven't been talking. I've been expressing it on Facebook because it's so much like it's so covert, you guys. That God put me in there to be able to expose it. Okay, so today was like one of the levelest days. I mean the stalking. It was just insane. Okay, so the setups insane. But like I said, collective, we've been put in these positions so that we can grow, okay, and level up through our pain and through the things that we've been going through. You see your girl been putting in work. Check me out. You feel me? You check me out. Check out the formation. So, like I said, God put me back. He had me isolated. He let the enemy think what they want to think, that they doing something when they're never in control. He's always in control. Okay. And that's why I go with the flow because I know that whatever and it's that he situation that he puts us in is always for us to grow. Okay. It stands strong as Palladians. Remember that. Okay. And I have learned so much about myself and about my brothers. Okay, brothers, you gonna know that I'm tapped in. Okay, now I did some research about you and your cloaking. Okay, and you're gonna know what I'm talking about because you are the seven brothers. Okay, my opposite. Okay, and you guys are located in Ursa Major. Okay, and you are the Great Bears. So we know who the Great Bear is. Yeah, you can be a mod, but I don't really have a lot of traffic a lot, so, but we can do that. I don't even know how to do it, but you can hit me up in my email and we can figure it out, of course. Um yeah, I know my camera's all screwed up. I don't know what's going on, you guys. Like I tried to get into an angle where you could see, but it's like the camera is just I guess that's just how it is. I don't know, but I'm just coming in to give y'all a message. I haven't seen y'all in so long and tell y'all what's been going on. So y'all know yeah, I channel a lot. So the messages that I give, um, they come off harsh because it's coming from a prophetess place. And the most high God has been leading me to who I am and who I am to the collective. And so a lot of things have changed. But they do use me as a vessel in order to channel certain information to you guys. And I had to learn how to be able to handle that and handle the position that God was handing me and understand why the divine feminine, how the divine feminine energy works. And I learned through through everything that I've done, little old me, God used to fill with divine feminine energy, which is not egotistical at all. It's just experience, you guys. And it's not about what it looks like, it's about what it does in the presence of it, the energy and what it does and how it moves you and how it makes up a stir, how I can go into where God took me in. This is how I'm gonna get to the title where my assignment has been, okay, where I've been at, right? Still doing the work of the Most High. Where He took me out of isolation and put me at, my just me being there, just trying to be low. I ain't talking about myself, I'm not no bragger, none of that. And I influenced a whole collective of people to dress like me, to start talking, to start leveling up. So God started showing me in that what the divine feminine energy does. And that's why all that was going on online, okay? And it was to throw off the real divine feminine, divine masculine, because we steady became, because just like in the physical, everything works 369. And I'm gonna try not to go all over the place because it's so much information. But just like in the spiritual, where we experienced that copycat energy, okay? When we woke up to that copycat energy, then it started manifesting into our lives, and it body jumps, okay? And so it uses the people that can get closest to you in order to cause this chaos and conflict, this spiritual. Okay, so that is to keep you hidden. But like I said, everything works for the most high. Everything works for the most high. Press your name and see what it says. I will in just a second because I don't want to get off my thoughts. That's why I'm not answering you guys. But everything works for the most high. So the copycat energy, they would they like everything about you, but they had set themselves on a pedestal as if they were more than you, divine feminine, divine masculine. So they expose themselves by taking your style, the way you talk, and because they want the same reactions and the same attraction or magnetic pull that you have, that they sat in the corner and watched you have. Now, but then they become jealous of it. Okay. And then they say, no, this person can't be, this person here, she can't be this real. It's not too good. So then they start to look for things, okay, that could be wrong with you. Okay. But because those are the things that they are hiding. So it can't be, I thought I was until I met this person. And then they start to get tested. So this place I went to, God told me to get up, get off the internet, where they doing the same thing, taking from you, but they don't respect the divine feminine energy. They don't respect the pain and where the creativity come from. And they want to blame everybody, but they set the example because you take from each other, sisters. We take from each other with no regard. So we're showing everybody else it's okay to take from us as well. And then we want to scream, oh, it's just us. No, you are setting an example with your influence. So we have to take a self accountability with the influence. And God let me see that before He pulled me back. And then He also hid me for a time because He did not want me to face the karma that a lot of people are going to have to face when they realize that the influence that they influence people, when they were warned several times, but their ego told them, no, your sister jealous of you, your brother jealous of you. That's why they telling you they don't have as many views as you. They don't have this or that as you. But that's why, and you didn't listen. And then when stuff started going on, you are looking everywhere else except for where it was rooted at. That's that 9, okay? And that pain, that's deep down, that past, but we don't want people to know about. That's beneath, okay? That's the root of it. Nothing can be healed until you get to the root of something. You can keep covering up the symptoms, but until you get to the root of the problem, the cause, I don't care what it is in your life, it's never going to be healed. But at the end of the day, nevertheless, my influence, God brought me there, took me to a place. I was in my flow. At this time in my life, I'm like, God, okay, I don't know why you want me here, but He brought me in an environment. I was happy. Right away, like I said, the influence came. When I came there, it was chaos. It was people abusing their authority, treating people that they thought were less than them, yelling, screaming, very combative. But my energy, although I am all those things, I choose to be of the light of Christ, because bringing other people pain that I don't want to feel is not something that I get a kick out of. I don't care what kind of a badge or of authority that you can give me in this life. Okay. And so God brought me there, and I knew He had brought me there for a certain assignment. And yes, brothers, you are very needed because it's gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. Okay. And so, like I said, I seen some brothers in the parking lot when I pulled up, but Yeah, it's gotten out of hand. Like I say, the influence of the divine feminine energy, and that's why we need protection. It starts cults, harems overnight, groups attacking one person because of something that you heard, but you were so quick to hear it and attack this one person. But every time you watch and see them and get you got involved in this because of the things that you do behind the scenes, and you have yet to discover a ounce of evidence to back up anything that you were so high on your high horse to ride for. See, I can be death and rebirth, or I can be death and destruction and chaos in this whatever storm that you want to create. But God made me a deep rooted tree, and I don't care how many of you come, you can't move me because I'm moving in righteousness, and you know what you're doing. You understand? And He used my brother to come in and test y'all. Let me tell you what this cult, this how these cults are formed in my life. Infiltration is what I said. Okay? And collective infiltration. They find these particular people, they figure out, okay, she's happy doing that. We can't have that. We thought she was gonna be miserable. She's not, she's been told to sit down. They don't know what's going on, but they think that they done did something. And I'm working again in the matrix. But I'm there to bring light. I'm there to bring balance. I'm there to bring justice. I'm there to stand up for those who don't have a voice of their own. That those that jump into stuff because they just want to keep the peace and keep their job. I'm there for them because it's a difference between a want and a need, and God put me in a place of a want and not a need. Because, see, I went through a long enough struggle without to ever have to need anything that you got that's going to keep me bound and stricken. Okay, you got to come harder than that. You see, and when you deeply rooted in God and you know you doing the things in the upright, people can't move you in that way. So God moved me into something that I probably would have did when I was a teenager because I felt like I was, too advanced or too qualified, overqualified to ever do that. But God brought me there because there was a lot of people that I needed to be seen me, and they needed to see, I needed to see them. And it's a lot of things that God has blessed me. Well, I was so happy because being around people and spreading love and spreading um, God's purity and innocence and joy out of no intentions on gaining anything back except for the love exchange that we give into one another in true divine divinity. And I found peace. And then I was able to make a few dollars with it and, do other little things. So, yeah, well, the devil always find out and ease his way on in like a snake. So with this particular entity, I'll call it, but it's actually a person, does, because they are so obsessed with me and they do it in every part of my life. I don't care what I do. I can go get a job. I can go, it don't matter. Anybody I meet. And just like they embody the energy of Satan, they come up, they offer you a deal to betray me. So many sisters have betrayed me just like they did my brother and said they didn't know me. Took the devil's deal to do something against someone that showed you nothing but love and kindness. When you are the one who brought the drama in the seat. And the thing is, God just be telling me, just like the Archangel Metatron, you just recorded it, my darling. You stand. I'm like, Lord, they steady hitting me, hitting my branches. They steady trying to knock off my limbs. I know you want me to turn up. Just stand there, child. Because you're going to stand there in your authenticity, and it's going to expose everything that's going on around you, and it's exposing who you are as a person, that you will rile up this many people to come to your job like you are some type of art at a museum to stalk and watch you, and they in their 40s plus, older women from all backgrounds, to come and stalk and watch you in this group of coven of women because they needed to know who these men, were, that they thought were all so powerful. Who is this person that they are stalking and watching and doing all this stuff for? Who is she? And within this, you are proving who I am without me having to do any work. Because I wouldn't spend 5 minutes watching you, let alone get in my car, burn up some gas to come sit at your job and look at you at different times of the day. To the point where the devil offered y'all the deal, okay? And you're not knowing that you being set up. Being set up. This person is obsessed with me. Would never let me go. Know that you gonna get your ass kicked by the Most High God. He don't care because he refused to repent and fall down to his Father so he can return back to heaven. So as many of you dummies that he can reveal, God used them to do the job. And you think you doing something to hurt me, but I know that it's a higher purpose. And that the obsession became protection as well as boot camp for me. And I ain't did nothing but level up, level up, level up. And God, while you was plotting and planning and doing all the things that you was doing today, y'all really showed out. I made a particular phone call to somebody and said I was going to leave that job at 6:30, knowing that the way they set it up, so I don't be able to leave the job. They, at 6:30, I tell you no lie, several cars pulled up, several people came to that job at that time to see if I was going to pull off. And I made what I do, just like the Archangel Metatron, wrote it down because I've went up the chain of command and this is out of control. Okay? Now, let me tell you where it all began from. It began from a wig, and I'm going to call this person the wig, okay? Because I thought they was cool and whatever at this particular place. Me, I give everybody a chance. I'm not judging nobody. I wish, I'm thinking, okay, we all up here. We 3 black ladies. We all up here doing management or whatever. We gonna do, I'm pumping everybody up. Now, looking the devil lining me up. They start stepping their game up, which is cool, but didn't want to diss me. Didn't want to get together and start picking at me every single day because they didn't like how the customers came in, and it was like we had been knowing each other for years because y'all was in here treating people like they was beneath you. Okay, y'all didn't like how people keep coming up there gifting me, people that you look up to, and you didn't like that, so you wanted to put on the clothes I would put on, start trying to talk like me, but it was all behind a false mask because you were trying to get the same results. But see, the thing that I do it from a pure place. It's not something that I'm looking for anything else out of return except for the same thing that I gave to them, which is good energy. That's it. And move on about your day. You see what I'm saying? But see, I'm like that old oak tree. I can't be moved. It's ridiculous. You women is over the ages of 40. And y'all around here stalking me and then act like I don't notice you. Today, it was ridiculous. And I reported it. I went up all the steps from the harassment where it started from the wig. I had told this particular energy that embodies Satan, oh, this person worked hard, man, because they had a wig, like the Barbie dolls have. And I know these, but it was old. People don't even wear that, and they never had nothing else. So I really wasn't saying it in a decent way. I was genuinely saying, well, shoot, it wouldn't even take $20 to get something better, than what we had. Do you not know the next day? Satan had somehow got the information to this person, and this person had a brand new wig on. Me, so naive. And then I didn't catch it at the time because I be telling y'all, God be having me to have delayed thinking. But the motherfucker said, oh, it's just a $20 wig, to throw in on top of it that I had said it don't take but $20 to get another wig. You feel me? See, if you slow, you can't keep up. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking, I'm so real with it. I tell her about it. I tell her what I told the energy that is body Satan. And I said, well, damn, bitch, you tapped into me, ain't you? Just laughing it off because I ain't been knowed you no time. You see what I'm saying? And it started from there. And I ain't got to get into detail at the moment about everything that's going on, but this coven of witches are so low vibrational and they so up in age that we divine feminine, divine masculine, we do something to these people that put themselves on a pedestal that thought that they was running around here causing enough illusions and manipulation, but they really don't have no true heart at the core of themselves. And when they found out each other, they didn't have no loyalty to each other either. They thought that they had to gather up in a group in order to go against you, and you don't even know what they're going against you for. And then when you have an issue, you willing to talk it out and leave it between y'all. But no, you want to keep pressing and keep pressing. So, you ain't going to bully me. I ain't going to be scared of you. What is this? You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to create something that was a happy environment for me. I've had my things gone through. Cameras need to be rolled back. Oh, all things is going to be taken care of. But this harassment don't went to another level. I don't know what y'all kind of group y'all have, ladies, but this is ridiculous. Like today, they set it up to where they got this older white man there. I guess he feel low within his state because he didn't do nothing with himself in his life, and all he look at all his kids as failures. Well, anyway, they been had him stock. He been being one of the women's pet, coming up there when he don't work, invading my space like he a spy or something. So the day he left to work, left his money in the drawer, didn't say nothing to me or nothing, just left, knowing that you're not supposed to do nothing like that. But as soon as that I let that particular energy know that I was gonna possibly leave at 6:30, where y'all think that white man was at? In that motherfucking parking lot. And I asked him why he would do something like that. He said he forgot because the wig told him he was on the phone. He was on the clock too long, so he forgot all his other responsibilities and to check in with the boss on duty or anything. But he made sure, and he put himself on camera, because people are real screwed up. So it don't even really matter about color. But I'm going to describe to you the way I'm going to describe to you because I don't give a fuck how nobody feels. You can describe me how you see me. I wouldn't give a damn. But I know one thing about it. They can't hire me enough and ain't a job in enough world that's going to make me stop you because you're not interested enough, okay? It's too hot, for one. I don't know what kind of gold penis y'all got wrapped or whatever the fuck somebody done gave you, but you should feel this low within your state to have I told you. I came to both of you people and told y'all that this energy is obsessed with me, and they go and bribe the people in my life to cause confusion to see which ones ain't loyal or not. Now tell me God ain't using this person while he thinking he doing something evil. To see which ones are loyal or not and offer them something, and then they all of a sudden they done took the devil deal to start lying on my name and watching me. Next thing you know, they in competition with me. He ain't even have to pay you to do that. You doing that on your own. You see what I'm saying? The devil got you. Now you finna crash and burn because God sent somebody that came in around you in pure intentions and you ain't you. See, I'm everything that you was telling people that you was. That's why all y'all feel some type of way in y'all spirit because I'm who y'all told everybody y'all was in Christ and in life and how you walk every day and how you treat people, but you are a liar. See, and I'm everything that you tell people you are, and to have me around shows your inauthenticity. You are inauthentic as they can come, and having somebody that is in their authenticity irks your whole soul, okay? And because I'm exposing you for the rat that you are. But ain't no group of old, young, in between, none of these type of low vibrational entities because they in every race. All these clones and entities and vessels that have been taken over by demonic entities that are not being used for the 369. Okay, alignment, divine alignment. Okay, the great bear, my protectors, they know what time it is. And I know who you are. And I know what you look like. Okay, we came in disguise, all of us. But there were signs left behind. Okay, my dad left me a whole scripture in the Bible. Okay, to help me wake up. I got married on 410. My stepfather that they attacked was born on 410. And Palladia is 410 miles away from here. We are inside the bull, inside the Taurus constellation. Venusian energy. Who was chasing the seven sisters? Orion. 3 kings or 3 motherfucking witches. And that's what's going on. It's 3 fucking Jezebel witches and 3 used to be kings. Because you hold that title no longer. That are obsessed because the kings lost their mind because of the 7 sisters' beauty. And they opened up a heart that they never thought this mug ever possessed. So then she became the 3 sisters' adversary unknowingly to them. They became the 3 sisters' adversary because their kings was in love with the 7 sisters. And all the 7 sisters had a son for Zeus. So they all had a high-ranking son from Zeus, Jupiter, the king of the gods. You see what I'm saying? This goes deeper than their consciousness could ever even decide to decipher. But see, they wanted to come in my energy. And God sent me in just like somebody that's oopty-doopty-doop. And they don't know who I am in up there. Man, who God is creating gave me plenty of deaths, but they didn't know I was going to be reborn. And every death and rebirth, I come back different every 24 hours. So keep it up. And God continue to bring me a bigger blessing every single time while y'all was stalking and watching and creating chaos that didn't even need to exist. God was steady sending people in that did not look like me to hand me blessings. People that y'all were bootleg for to give me blessings. So did you get that on camera? Yeah. Because we certainly got everything else on camera. All the stalkers every day that y'all all in a group and friends together outside that job. Whatever scam y'all had going on, baby, where y'all could shop but you can't pay your rent. Whatever scam, I didn't know nothing about it. But one thing you're not going to do is try to drag me into a situation that I wasn't even trying to figure out about. That place that's not my goal and my dream in life. So, baby, you didn't never have me as your competition. So it's just so sick. It's just showed me the root of the sickness that goes on between brother and sister. And that's why God is going to start to eradicate your bloodline. It's only going to be 12 left within each of the 12 kingdoms. And I'll leave that right there. Because I'm no longer worried about the copycats. Keep building up that karma for the influence, and you don't know where you're taking the collective. You just going for a joyride. Because you saw somebody else doing it, but you wasn't going to do the work. You were just going to slide in and use what you got to get what you want. But it was a bigger purpose. And see, God always line you up for a bigger purpose too. Okay? So all the people that God needed to get rid of and mark anyway, you got them over there on your page. Good luck to you because you ain't got no keys. Not one. Not one. And there's one person that I don't went down to 2 people that I'm going to listen to, and that's anybody. And I don't care. Me and her don't always see eye to eye, and that's Bella and Miss Daisy Arjuna. Okay. But them still my 2 readers because right now they're the only 2 people that I can go back 4 years from now. And it's some real knowledge about what I just learned today about myself because God has over the years started to reveal all the information that he left behind of who I am and who I am to the brotherhood. And you guys already know that. Okay. But because of the judgment that I came to bring, you wanted to keep it a secret, but you know you don't have much time. Okay? I will be restored as I've been restored up there. I will be restored here as and down there from the past, everything will be healed because the past is the root of what's going on in the present day and what will continue to go on, which is a poisonous tree that you just keep making looking pretty by covering up all the disease, all the filth that's around it. When you think somebody finna come and check it out, let's paint it, let's do this, tuck that, so it look perfect, but it's all fucked up because you ain't never got to the root of the problem because you too busy worried about losing the other. Well, I ain't gonna have nothing if I go to the root. You don't got nothing now because what you feeding everybody is poison. And who is going to take the karma for steady feeding everybody poison? You are. And I pray before I start doing this message, God, whichever way you lead the message to go, that's what's gonna be taught. But yes, we are being collectively attacked by witches and warlocks. Okay, they are showing their face in the 3D now. They are jumping bodies. Okay, they're being led by three masculines and three feminine. Okay, they have groups of men, grown, overgrown men and women who follow up behind them. And I've seen them all by them coming through, and as if their energy does not tell on themselves. I seen a werewolf today too. Hey, brother, you showed me the love that I internalized, and you were a young man. But I saw you and you saw me. I see a lot of people every day. Okay, I see officers. Okay, that's a part of the situation, and you stick out like a sore thumb. Lawyers, judges, all kinds of people, doctors. Yeah, y'all ain't never been up in there, but I see you. And yes, this has been an issue. Okay, and like I said, I've done to try to do the paperwork with inside the company, but there's like a cutoff when it goes to the RM. There isn't one, and the DM has given me false information when it came to the RM, knowing that it wasn't even a position there to even send an email to. Yeah, brothers, you guys, y'all go ahead and do that, and you definitely payment will be given for whatever works that God requires of you. But that's one of those issues. But now the whole stalking the thing that the collective of harems is behind these three men that are obsessed with me. Okay, obsessed. Okay, and of course they have never had a man pay $2 to have somebody watch them. So they trying to figure out what is it about her. So then they start trying to embody me, and they've been stalking me every day. And then once they think they got me down pat, when I keep saying I am 6-1 and I am 1-6, we don't play that shit. I guess they don't hear me though. It's okay though. So they keep on trying to embody my essence. Instead of trying to find their own. They keep coming in like they coming in undercover, and it's showing just how many desperados are part of this group behind three fucking men. Three, and they already got three main bitches that thought they was the shit. And so y'all just get the scraps. Is this and see, no wonder y'all got y'all people want to jump ship. And y'all better jump or y'all gonna sink like the Titanic, baby. You gonna be out there trying to swim, and Rose ain't gonna give your ass that motherfucking dough, baby. When you wake up in the morning, your ass gonna be froze. Just understand it. It's always warning before you come to destruction. And I come in peace. But see, people don't like peace. They don't like true, genuine joy and happiness. So it's got to be something wrong with you. So I'm going to create a lot of chaos for you. They don't understand they being used by this entity that's way bigger than them. But I got to do this. I got to get down grimy with you because this is how this entity feeds. Because I got to be around the divine feminine energy in any way, because look how she inspires. And see, I use my influence to make the young girls cover up. They want to wear head rags like mine. They come through every day. But they don't learn how to show each other love. Like, yeah, you really inspired me. I would like to get to know you. Yeah, I'm one of them elders, baby. I'm one of them old school grandmas that you used to have in the past that don't reincarnated, sweetheart. I'm totally different. I'm not, I make these hoes take care of y'all now. Just by how I love on mine. That's how I know you be all right, because they done got into competition. So everything just really take care of itself. And then when you free enough to come over here with a winning team on your own without any problems or any retaliation from that spirit, you welcome home, baby. Welcome home. But at the end of the day, until then, I made sure God made sure that your path used me to make sure that your path was straight because of the competition and the copying. You gotta copy. If you gonna beat me, you gotta be good to them kids now. Okay, you can't let them niggas up in your house to have be able to touch your child and look the other way like you ain't did nothing. But you taking Percocets and motherfucking money, yeah, bitch, for these niggas to yeah, go buy something. Go act like so he could get close to it. And you setting your own child up, and nigga, you do the same thing with your son. Okay, he crying for help because you done left him in the hands of Jezebel, but you over here trying to take care of Karmic and her damn child, and she done lined your ass up to be on child support. And half you niggas that ain't gonna even be your child because you abandoned somebody over there. You left your son over there with Jezebel, the one you did, the Jezebel that you thought was the lowest of them all. She the one got the divine son. The rest of them, karmics. Period. Karmics. And I don't got no divine son by none of y'all, so I ain't talking about myself. I'm talking about right now. Them sons that's over there getting tall and strong, my sons, that done been through the fire. Okay, I saved them from your funk ass and Jezebel funk ass too with the things that I know and say. Okay, baby, we ain't got to say them out loud because justice up here is justice down here. And the justice makers and the justice authority figures that don't do their motherfucking job, baby, spirit got you on the list. You on the list because it all got to balance or nothing. The root from your past, you'll never be able to go back there and heal it so you can bring that shit forth and move on up with your new family generation. Cut it off at the root. Cut it off at it, make a nub out of it. It exists no more. It's no more on that tree. See, we don't got time for that. We bring a brand new forest that's poison free. Okay, where the earth that Mother Earth birthed and gave pain to is free for you to live. Okay, because you under the rule of people who do not naturally come from here, and I ain't talking about just white. I'm not just talking about white skin. I'm talking about every skin color they're able to form within. It's not one skin color, baby. It's a spectrum of light. And that's why it's 12 tribes. It's 12 DNA strands that came from me. Okay, that then broke off into 72 bloodlines and 12 in each one, okay? Which made 144 different bloodlines. 12 in each one, meaning 12 different type of Caucasian. You understand? This particular Caucasian is 12 strands, the rest of them clones. Same thing with African Americans or black people or indigenous people from here. It's just 12. The rest of them are clones and they will be eradicated. Now, some did have mercy God had granted them because of all the scientific experiments that my brother did on y'all and hid behind his Jezebel, okay? And everybody else that he uses as a puppet because my brother is a master illusionist. And when I told you that only my brother could kill me, yes, this is true. With the pain that he causes to my heart, which causes me to die, but then I am reborn and reformed and greater than I was when I left you the last time. You understand? So that is the information you was missing. Okay? So no, I ain't your human. I've been your human experiment, but now, and you've had your fun. Okay, years and years of it. Now, it's my turn. It's my turn to move. Okay? Everything gotta be balanced. It's gotta be fair. I took mine. You watched. You laughed. You betted on it. You showed me around like a circus animal. Go see it. Go see it. Oh, ain't nothing special about it. Called me names. But now you see why I got the seat that I got. Because when you was offered the devil's deal by my brother, you took it with no thought of anything else except for what you saw right in front of your face. But when you saw me offered it because you set it up, you seen I turned my head from it not one time, not two times, but by damn it, by now 1,000 motherfucking times you tried it. Because everything just from that alone collapsed, that you all are fucking liars, and you are the reason why everybody is getting karma. So y'all so smart, y'all figure out how the fuck to separate yourself from that. Because when it's a group against one thing you should always know, it ain't never just that one person. Because like I said, I was walking around, even with all the pettiness. Once I forgive you, I forgive you. I don't hold on to it no more. It took work and practice. I don't remember how hard it was for me to do that in the past. So when it don't happen now to regular people, I have to check myself and say, hey, they just human. You know what I'm saying? They haven't got to the point where they can admit, damn, they made a foolish decision. So now they on the bandwagon, just hoping they don't fall out gambling, gonna push it to the end to try to create a scenario about you, and not knowing that no God in heaven that serves you with the heart that you got gonna let anybody come up in there and try to paint a picture about you that ain't real. Because every single time they do, he gonna bring somebody back out. He's always working. When people ain't watching you, you still you 24 hours a day. When nobody ain't watching, you still ain't lying. And you certainly ain't planning on your sister or your brother to fall. And I'll talk to you later.